You know, those guys all have done a tremendous job competing, and you know, if we were going to kick the ball off today, Graham would be the center, and Chris Bryant would be the left guard, with Joe Brzezinski and Kyle Bosch being part of that mix at some point possibly. And Jack's done a great job of competing, but Graham would start, and then Jack always is ready to go.
So nothing, more than likely that's going to be your lineup. Nothing today. I mean, are you leaving today possibly open for Jack?
Well, I think if we kicked off now, that's what we'd do, but you never know. Still some days left.
What led into that decision to kind of switch some of that up for now anyway?
Just competition. Simple.
From Chris or from Jack?
I think both positions.
Even though Graham's been working at that, I mean, it's on and off, but he's been obviously focused on left guard for the last 4 games, right?
Yeah, but he's played center every week too.
Okay.
Not game day, but during the week.
What's the biggest challenge? Is it the calls? Is it what's the biggest?
No,
switch?
I don't think the challenges are there. I think trying to put the best 5 on the field is always the biggest challenge.
And the snaps is just basically the only different and the biggest difference in terms of this.
As far as what he has to do positionally,
yeah,
there's no question. There are some calls that that he'll go through, and he's done since spring. Snapping the ball, he's done since spring. So, challenges, differences probably would be the word I would use, but yeah.
He weighs maybe 10, 15 pounds more than Jack, something like that.
Probably.
Is that a significant?
Probably fair assessment.
Is that a significant difference in that? I mean, in terms of what he can do at that spot from blocking and stuff.
Well, I think he's a little bigger, and a little rangier. He's 6'5". And I think the weight and strength and all that are all positives too.
Is communication from that spot? I mean, center's obviously kind of the captain of the line. Has that been what you want it to be, or does that need to improve?
No, I think that's been good. I think Jack's done a nice job with it. I think his communication, Devin's communication, has, for the most part, been pretty spot on.
So that's not an issue?
No.
Last week you said that would be a move you would consider if somebody stepped up at guard. What has Bryant done to show you?
Well, Chris has been close all year, to be honest with you. And then, his knee became a problem for about 3 or 4 days, and then he had a little bit of a nick in the shoulder, a boo-boo, and he's come through that pretty well.
Fair to say that he's healthy for the first time in a while.
Yeah, that'd be a fair assessment.
What have you seen from Devin Brady? You talked just now about going back to fundamentals and make footwork that you talked about. Have you seen him make?
Yeah, and Angelique, really, he's done a really conscientious, which he is. And, it's just not Devin. All of us need to go back to fundamentals, but I think, he's kind of a high-profile guy because of the position. Stepping through throws, getting his hips turned, all those things that you do as a quarterback, the timing of the drops compared, with the routes, all those things. I think he's really done a nice job through all last week and yesterday.
How do you think he's handled himself? Criticism, he was up here, said he heard, he hears things, he sees what we write, all that.
Well, we talk about, the only noise that really matters is what you get constructively from the coaches and, your teammates. And, he's got a lot of guys who have his back. When you think about the 114 other guys who have a lot of faith and belief, and then the coaches and all that. So, I think he's resilient. I think he's smart. And I think he's confident. And I don't know if those things bother him.